R2 the dog. I ain't even been feeling like doing this. But let's get it. Yeah. It's probably the real level up. BIP Red Dog 1.
The O is for the 16 ounces that's in the whole pound. They really out here feeling my music. Shout out the whole town. K is for the killers I know who keep the 4 pound. You give an inch, he taking the mile like it was 4th down. The L is for the ladies for sure. I mean the real ones who out here working hard for they.
What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy R2, and we back with another banger. You know what I'm saying? So grab your popcorn and your cold drink and go on over there and hit that like button, and then hit that subscribe button. And after you do that, hit that bell, so when I drop these bangers, you be one of the first people to put your eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy, man. We back. Another day, man. Another day above ground. Any day above ground is a blessing. You know, it's a blessing to be free, able, you know what I'm saying? I want to take the first, time out to thank the supporters, the people who pull up, the people who take the time to watch these videos, the people who tap in, the people who comment, you know what I mean, the constructive criticism, anything like that, you know what I'm saying? We with it, we accept it here, you know what I'm saying? It's a no judgment zone here, you know what I'm saying? All we want to do is get the content out to the people. All we want to do is, is keep the content coming, man, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And anytime we talk about any kind of criminal activity or anything like that, we always speak on allegedly. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody is presumed innocent until proven guilty. You know what I'm saying? So we pass no judgment here, and we just run the content just how we get it. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. And today is a crazy ass, sad ass story, man. A young man by the name of DeMar Travion Reed was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. It was a university out there, Delta State University. Dude was found hanging from a tree at like 7 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I think this was yesterday morning. So here we are today. I got a clip for y'all. We're gonna look it in. We're gonna break this shit down, and we definitely gonna try to reach the youth and speak to the youth, because this is just a sad situation all around the board. I don't really know if it was foul play, but I don't rule it out because, for one, this is Mississippi we talking about. Mississippi is a state that's known for its racism. It's known for the Ku Klux Klan. It's known for lynching black men. You know what I'm saying? It was even brought to my attention that they even lynched white people that they called basically nigger lovers. You know what I'm saying? If they found out you was too friendly with the black side of things. If you was, hiding people that was, targeted for being black or, assisting the blacks in any kind of way, these people would be hung too. It was brought to my attention that was going on in Mississippi. First and foremost, shouts out to Mississippi, man. The people who may watch this video from Mississippi, shout out to y'all. Not all people in Mississippi are bad. That's not what we saying at all. We just trying to spread some light to a situation and that's going on right now, active right now. Just at first look, it seems kind of crazy. And I know I've been hearing a lot of people talk and say and speak things like his legs were broken and things of that nature. I haven't personally seen any of that information online. You know what I'm saying? I did a little digging, and while I'm making this video, I'm going to, search through and still see if I can find something on that note that says that his legs were broken and that his arms were broken or something like that. I've heard speculation of a suicide. We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I do know at the press conference, it was put out to the public that no foul play was suspected, but it is an investigation going on. So with that being said, in the next day or the next few days or maybe a week, however long it takes to get that coroner report or get that autopsy report out to the public, will we know anything further. But as of now, All we know is that he was found hanging from a tree at a university in Mississippi, Delta State University. His name was DeMar Travion, aka Trey Reed. He went by Trey Reed. And let's check out the clip, man. Let's get right into the clip, and then we can break this shit down like we always do. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Thank y'all for the support, man. I love y'all. Let's get it. First, hold on. Before we do that, I want to send condolences to Trey's family. Condolences to his mother. I apologize we didn't get that out sooner. No mother, no parent deserves to lose a child. I feel for his family. I feel for his people. May his soul rest in peace. And much respect to him and his family. And like I said, condolences to them. So let's run the clip though.
Earlier today, Delta State staff discovered a deceased individual on campus. University police and local authorities were immediately notified and are conducting an active investigation.
During a Monday afternoon press conference on the campus of Delta State University, it was announced the body of 21-year-old DeMar Travion Trey Reed of Grenada, a freshman at DSU, was found hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts not far from the campus cafeteria.
I've spoken to Trey's family and expressed our heartbreak.
The discovery was made just after 7 a.m. Classes, as well as several events associated with the university's centennial, were canceled.
At this time, there's no evidence of foul play.
A joint investigation is being conducted by DSU Police, the Cleveland PD, Bolivar County Sheriff's Department, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. University officials stress their belief the Delta State campus is one of the safest in Mississippi.
There is no evidence of a threat to campus, and there's no evidence that the campus is unsafe at this point. So I expect we will resume normal operations as soon as possible.
Monday, I spoke with Trey Reed's mother. She did not want to go on camera, but told me she has so many questions about what happened. She said she just talked to her son Friday that he was excited about attending Delta State University as a freshman. She can't find any reason for this tragedy.
Okay, so I did just find this article, independent, Aaron Keller in Ohio. It was put out today, 2025, 11:58. I'm going to just read it. It says, despite indications that Reed died by suicide, reports circulated on social media claiming he had suffered 2 broken legs and other injuries that would have made it physically impossible for him to take his own life. Now, that's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been seeing online, like social media sites. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I believe that was just people speculating, man, and didn't really, know. Because let's be honest, if you hanging from a tree and they get your body in the coroner, just the initial examination of the body is going to show broken legs and broken arm. You know what I'm saying? They're going to show that. And with this being a high profile situation, it's not like they can just go in there and cover it up and say that his legs weren't broken or his arms weren't broken, because the microscope is on this situation. You know what I mean? So it just wouldn't add up, for them to try to cover that up. Now, let's finish reading this. The Bolivar County Coroner's Office shut down the rumors in a statement on Monday, saying, based on the preliminary examination, we can confirm that the deceased did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault. Now, that's a report per Aaron Keller in Ohio. So take that what you will. And that was the first article that I pulled up about the situation. And it says that foul play has been ruled out. So, and like I said, over the next couple days, we'll get more information from the media, more official how can I say this? More official sources. More official sources of information will be available within the next couple of days. And I'm pretty sure I could get online and continue to search and continue to look and, pretty much find more things that would, combat what, the masses were saying, just people out on the outside looking in. And I encourage people, man, not to just run with storylines. Do some research, dig into these things, and look around a little bit so you can understand what's going on. Because true enough, if somebody's legs and arms were broken and then we found them hanging from a tree, I would say that's foul play, because how could you hang yourself if you got broken legs and arms? You know what I'm saying? To me, it's just no way that would be possible. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what people were assuming happened because somebody somewhere spread a rumor that his legs and arms were broken. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't. I hadn't read that anywhere that was official where his arms and legs were broken. Like I said, we watched the press conference and we just checked out that first clip, and it just didn't show anything that was. It didn't say that they found any kind of foul play or anything like that. And I feel like with this kind of situation, with the microscope being on it so tough right now, they can't afford to lie to the public. You know what I'm saying? If it's a cover up, we shall see in the next following days, weeks, in the near future, time to come. We'll see. But as of right now, I'm inclined to believe that there was no foul play on the situation. Now, on the suicide side of it, if it was indeed suicide, like they say, if the story, finishes checking out or whatever, man, I'm not gonna say I got a lot of experience with suicide. I don't agree with suicide, but I do have a couple people that were close to me in life, my family members, one family member and one non-family member, but he was just as close to me as any other family member. Rest in peace, Craig Lamont Simpkins, man. That's my baby cousin. He committed suicide, and rest in peace, Daryl Jones, a big brother of mine, strong black brother, love him to death. May your souls rest in peace. My little cousin, man, love you to death. Those are two people that I lost to suicide, and I sympathize with suicide. People who have had to deal with this, if you're a family member or your friend or anything like that, man, because it's not an easy thing to deal with. It's not an easy thing to take in. It doesn't feel real at times. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, are you serious? You know what I mean? Like, you really never would think that somebody close to you would do something like that. You just think that's something that you see on TV or that you hear about on the radio or you hear about in the media that somebody has committed suicide. But when it's somebody that you actually know, somebody that you actually care for, that you actually, spent time around, spent time with, it hits different. You understand what I'm saying? And once again, man, condolences to his mother, condolences to his father, his family, man, his entire family. May his soul rest in peace. I don't know what the little brother may or may not have been going through. I don't know. Like I said, man, in the near future, it could possibly come out that this was a hate crime or something like that. But as of right now, I'm just not getting that vibe. And from the information that I've, researched and found, the spiel about his legs being broken or arms being broken, I just don't think that was true. I think it was just another rumor that was spread online, as it is plenty of other rumors. Not to say that it couldn't be possible. Not to say that it couldn't happen in Mississippi, where it's typically known to be a very racist place, as from people on the outside looking in. I don't know personally because I've never been to Mississippi. Once again, shout out Mississippi. This is no shade at Mississippi as a state. I love everybody. Shouts out to Mississippi for sure. Yeah, man. And to the youngsters, if if life ever gets hard enough to where you feel like you may want to hurt yourself, you know what I mean, or you may not want to live anymore or anything like that, man, I mean, my advice would be reach out to someone, speak to someone, get you some help. You know, I'm pretty sure they got hotlines, websites, you know, with all different types of information about suicide to where you could reach out and get some help from somebody or just talk to somebody, get some assistance with whatever you're going through in life. Because me personally, I value life, man. I wouldn't want to ever feel like that I want to take my life. Have I been so low, so down and out that I've thought about it? Sure. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sure. It has crossed my mind. I'd be a lie to say that it hasn't. And the reason for that being, I don't know, but, you know, has the thought crossed my mind? Sure it has. So I won't sit here and judge anybody. I won't sit here and act like the thought has never crossed my mind when I was in a bad spot or when I was in a bad, dark place in life. I did 10 years in prison. You know what I mean? I was at one of my darkest places that I've ever been in between those 10 years at some point in time. You know what I mean? And, you know, how I came out of that by the grace of God, man, just thinking about the good things in life. You know, understanding that one day I'll be back home. I won't always be here. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a situation to where, you know, you just need to speak to somebody, or you may just need to talk to somebody, or you may just, you know, need to get something off your chest. Seek that first. Only thing I could say is talk to somebody, man. And we don't officially know that this is a straight suicide situation, but I'm more inclined to believe that it is, because nowhere officially have we seen that his legs and arms were broken like people were trying to spread over the internet. And that's just something that I haven't seen. I haven't even seen a fake report about his legs and arms being broken, so I don't know where they got that from. And I just read to you what I read about. And it says that rumor was put to rest because his legs and arms were not broken, no contusions, no anything like that. So I'm inclined to believe the report before I believe somebody on Facebook just ranting and saying something that they have no knowledge about, haven't even researched the situation to even know if indeed his legs were broken or not. You understand? They haven't even took the time to try to look into it. So yeah, man, youngsters out there, man, please don't, you know, give up on life before you give it a shot. He was only 21 years old. So if indeed he did take his own life, which, you know, what it's looking like, it's like, man, I would encourage the young people of the world to give life a try first. If one thing don't work, try something else. You know, life is what it is. It gets difficult at times. You know, sometimes are going to be harder than others, but you got to fight through it. You got to think about our ancestors, the people that raised you, your father, your mother, your grandfather, your grandmother, your great-grandfather, your great-grandmother. You know, they dealt with a lot more so than we deal with today. They had a lot more opposition and a lot more resistance to deal with back then in the 20s and 30s, and they still somehow managed to fight until the end. You know, we all got a guaranteed death waiting for us in the future. We all on borrowed time. And I just pray to God that he blesses me with enough time to be able to, you know, accomplish my goals in life and to live a full, healthy life. I pray to God that, and I mean that with all honesty and sincereness. And I pray that for everybody else. And I pray that you want life just as much as I want God to provide it for you. You understand what I'm saying? And in my opinion, nothing is worth taking your life. So if you ever feel that way, please talk to somebody. Please, you know, reach out to someone, express those feelings honestly, without shame, and let somebody help you. Let somebody assist you and let somebody save your life, because, you know, taking your life is not going to solve the situation. It's just gonna hurt your family. It's gonna hurt your kids. It's gonna hurt your cousins, your uncles, aunts. You know what I mean? It's just gonna hurt your family. And I think life is way more valuable than that. So youngsters, if you paying attention to this video, if you don't take nothing else from it, man, life is more valuable than that. You understand? Life is more valuable than a bad moment or a bad day or a bad week or a bad month. You know what I'm saying? Life is way more precious than that. You know, and if you dig deep into your soul and get into some kind of spiritual being, you know, and you will understand that life is way more important than this flesh and that these worldly things and all of these, you know, gadgets and all of this money, this, and that, and the third. Life is way more important than that. Life is way more valuable than that. And I just want to speak life into the people, life into the young people of the world, life into the adults of the world, life into everybody. You know what I'm saying? And once again, before we get out of here, I want to send condolences to Trey, to DeMar Travion, Trey Reed. I want to send condolences to him and his family, his mother, his father, his whole family. And I just feel bad about the whole situation as a whole. If indeed it turns up that it was foul play in the situation in the near future, once the more in-depth reports come out, we will revisit this situation. It's a sad situation all around the board, man. And once again, I appreciate the supporters, the people who pull up, take the time to watch the videos, tap in and comment, do all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, man, it's your boy R2. Peace, love, one.